Hey, you guys, good morning. This is Shannon with For Humanities, and we're live here on this Wednesday. So, we are doing Wellness Wednesday, as I call it, but it's an opportunity to look at your own mental wellness and your capacity to take in or to handle things or how you're processing. So, again, I'm Shannon. I am the co founder of For Humanities, a socially conscious t shirt brand, but also the founder of Survive and Thrive and My Bright Idea. And the goal for, of course, all of these things and platforms and businesses is to bring a sense of peace and understanding and clarity, as well as fun, but also support to people that I work with and that I provide a service for. So, with all of that, we're talking about Wellness Wednesday. So, we usually, of course, talking about women in alignment and being in alignment. But what we also want to talk about is just your own mental capacity in wellness and how you handling that. Now we know sometimes, you are faced with a lot of responsibilities and things that you have to do. But we also want to keep in mind that we can take on things, but some things we don't need to take on. Some things we probably need to just leave and let it stay there because they can drain your mental capacity. Hi, Natasha. How you doing? Thank you for popping up because you just reminded me that I have to uh, make sure I keep track of my time at 10 on my time and that I connect on your thingy with your link. So I'll probably, be on my phone so that if my computer rings, I don't have to do, just in case I'm on call, take a break at that time. But what we want to also look at is our capacity on what our mental health is doing and what we are enduring. I, of course, posted this morning just thanking God for restoration actually of my hot water that I finally got back in. Now, again, I have to kind of keep watch of it, just like I did before, watching to make sure that there's no other leaks or anything like that because I was leaking water, um, just flow. Hi, Coach Dave. How you doing? Coach Dave is back in the, as they say, in the saddle again. Hi, Betty. And we are definitely looking at restoration. So restoration was again restoring my water, but also restoring my health. And I was listening to this young lady on TikTok. She was preaching, and just listening to her the whole time. But restoration and thanking God for restoration, for bringing back things that you may have lost or things that were not quite being used, and you can actually use them again. But we have to look at that to our mindset and our mental capacity of being restored and having some things that we let go, some ideologies that we let go, and methodologies that we also let go that we need to keep in mind because they probably are not mentally well for us. Some people, as we all know, are toxic, and you have to let them go by way of whatever way it is. You have to let them go because they are in a place right now that is just toxic, and it's not going to help you, nor will it help them. Your capacity is not necessarily to help them, but to pray for them and to pray that God can help them. Because again, we have to also learn how to lift away things that we are holding on to and we're trying to fix or do or work on ourselves, and that's not our role. Because again, that role of attempting to help and do will pull from you. You have to give something in order to, you're participating in helping someone. That's just kind of how that goes. And we want to look at things for to or through the capacity of being able to uh, serve at a great, density or, capacity, but we also got to keep our own selves right. And if we're not keeping ourselves straight, then we how can again, like Tamara Sharif Muhammad would say, you can't pour from an empty cup. If your cup is empty, then how are you going to give anybody anything? But you have to keep in mind of your capacity of what you're taking in. So when we talk about Wellness Wednesday, keep those things in mind. What are some things that you could do to practice and to help you with your health and wellness capacity? So, you could pop some things in the chat if you like, in the comments. And what are some things that you could do today to help your mental capacity and your health, your mental wellness? Either it could go from, you not being so tough on yourself, or you don't give up on yourself at the same time. So we have to keep those things in mind. Some things seems like they're out of reach and that you can attain them, but you just kind of have to do one thing at a time. I mean, I had like a lot of things, just speaking from my own personal stuff. I had the water leak, and then the water bill was really high, and the gas bill was really high. I mean, these are like thousands of dollars because it just kind of, yeah, your bill, and then all the extra usages that was going on because of one thing. One thing led to the other thing. So if you have a leak, then your hot water heater is just running and running and trying to fill up water. Well, if that's happening, then your gas is burning all day long, 24/7. Well, if you got gas running 24/7, then that's going to be a high bill. Not only do you have the water that's running somewhere up under the house. So, you got those things and you like, oh, this going on. Then the fence fell down. Then the other fence fell down. You know what I'm saying? And then, it was like boom, boom, boom. But looking at the mental capacity and knowing like God will handle this. And now, you only can look at one thing at a time. Um, Unfriend people, yeah, who are not edifying. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes you do. You have to realize that sometimes some of your friends are people who are on your thing are not really, you know, vital or important, or they need to be there. They're just not for that season. They're not for that season. So, it's okay to let them go. If they really need you, they know how to find you. And that's just kind of how it is. I mean, tell people that if you really want to find me, you can. It's not hard. It's not hard to find me. And I have the same number, same phone cell number since, long time. Over 20 years. Way over 20 years. Um, Actually, yeah, 23 or so. Um, so yeah, a long, long time. So it's like the same one, same phone number, even the same for the house phone. It's the same. If you want to find me, you could find me. But yes, unfriending people is okay. Definitely listen to worship music. I keep K Love on all day long for years now, and it's just on now that I got the little dot thing. Thank you to Sume. She gave me this little music dot, whatever you call it, and it's always on in the car all the time. Anyone who's called me, if you happen to hear it, it's on. I always have it on. It's on. It's been on for over 6 years. And that's what I listen to. And then, of course, now the kids, know the songs, and it's kind of funny because, of course, you think they're not listening, but they hear it. They hear it, and that's good because then that reminds them and keeps certain songs in their heads that they know. And anything that's worshiping God is great. So thanking God that you woke up today because you didn't have to is always definitely a blessing. You said who? Yeah, it is. So it is Wednesday. So Wellness Wednesday, Women in Alignment Wednesday. Thanking all you guys for coming in here and hanging out with me. Again, care for yourselves. Think about what can you do to contain and keep your own mental capacity and wellness well. What are some one things that you could do? So thank all of you guys. I will see you guys later on this evening for Women in Alignment After Dark or Wellness Wednesday After Dark. So you guys be well. See you guys soon.